Hello there. Thank you for coming. My name is Aaron. Welcome to my home. I will be your host for roughly about the next 10 minutes or so as I do my product review for the worldly famously known throughout the vaping community, the mod, the Vamo V5. This is the Vamo V5 gift box or delivery box that you would receive from certain websites if you were to order, say, from Fastech. Ordered this one a couple months back. The stainless steel option to replace my original option, which I vaped forward to a person. Not the fact that the mod wasn't good, not the fact that the mod wasn't doing it for me. It was beautiful, it was wonderful, but it was the black chrome option. Chrome plated on a brass tube. After a couple months of sweaty palms, my Central California heat, and stuff like that, it left stuff in my hand that I didn't like. So I vaped that one forward. A friend of mine recommended the stainless, and thank gosh the person who got this for me took it upon themselves to do stainless steel. They know I like that alloy. But this is the Vamo gift box, delivery box, from the type that you get from Fastech. Open it up. I don't have the owner's manual. I vaped that forward with the original Vamo because that one didn't come with owner's literature. So the person that got it got owner's literature. I was stuck with one that didn't, but oh well. But I did get the certificate of authenticity to say it's like a real Vamo. And this is the Vamo V5 right there in the box, stainless steel. Pull that bad boy on out of here. Real nice in the hand, very pleasant. A little weighty. You'd be surprised for something that's kind of in regards to the vape world as far as mods are concerned. This one could be considered a small mod, but for a small, what others might have an opinion about small, this does feel like a weighted down powerhouse. It's a workhorse. This can be your daily driver. This can be your daily vapor. This is the one that can wake you up in the morning with high nicks in your Protank 2, Protank 3, Protank 3 minis that you would so choose to use. Get you started for your day. First couple cups of coffee. You're out on break, you're vaping. You're out on lunch, you're vaping. You get home and you just want some nice, quiet little vaping to satisfy your nick, give you something to do. This is the type of guy that you would be grabbing to satisfy all those needs and urges. But again, very beautiful, very ergonomical, very industrial, and very basic. But I think the basic is an awesome product selling point. That this basically anyone can use it. So when you pull it out of the box, of course, you're going to want to turn it on. It has your standard 5 clicks on. Right now I'm getting system on scrolling across the screen. Has 2 buttons above the fire button or the on and off button. The one here on the right, you would depress it, gives you battery power. On the battery that's in there, I got 4.0 volts. It gives it to you in volts. Say like I've been vaping all day like a mad fiend. By the end of the day, it would probably say something like 3.5, 3.4, 3.3. But one nice thing this device has, it does have auto cutoff. It will not let the 18650 battery inside this device go down to a certain level to where it's going to damage that battery and make it unrechargeable. It will stop. This device will cut out at 3.2 volts stock standard every day of the week, 5 ways come Sunday. It'll stop itself to save the battery, make it rechargeable, keep that battery healthy, but more importantly, this too needs more than 3.2 volts. So it's basically its way of saying, feed me more. I need a new battery. Give me more. So it does that. So that one controls the monitoring of your volts on your battery. This one over here controls monitoring the ohms resistance to the coils that you're so choosing to fire at atop this device. And to see that, I would need to introduce my Protank 2 clone that I bought from Vaperosity for $6.99 out of the Bay Area. So I will put that atop, just temporarily, because I want to discuss more things that go on the top of this mod. Put that in there. Hit this button for 3 seconds. It says that this is a 1.8 ohm coil that is in there, and I rebuild all my Kanger heads. The Vaperosity Protank 2 clones do accept the authentic Kanger Tech coils that are meant for this. The 1.5s, the 1.8s, and the 2.2s will be received by this tank, not a problem. But that one monitors the ohms, and then I wanted to discuss up here more that's going on. You take the tank off, which I'm doing right now. I'll put that off to the side. And what I want to discuss is this device does come with a beauty ring. And one nice thing I noticed about the beauty ring upon first getting it, it does have holes inside these little fashionable, trying to look, you know, real, you know, beautiful or whatever, beauty ring, beauty, I guess that's the key word. They got little micro holes bored in through some of these little dimplets on the ring to give great airflow. If you choose to use something like an Ego styled threaded, like the Protank 3 Mini, it's going to fit more flush on there. It's going to take up more space on the deck. It's going to need air, so it's got the holes. You'll never suffocate whatever device you so choose to put on here. Ego thread, 510 thread, you're not going to suffocate it. You will get proper airflow. I guess the designers, the architects of this device made it so. But here, you got your Ego threads on the outside, 510s on the inside, floating center spring-loaded 510 pin. That means it will make contact with your coil bottoms that get the electricity fed to it via that pin. I have not had a single problem with any tank device, be it Protank 3, Protank 2, Protank 3 Mini. I've had an Aero tank on here once. I've even have, and you can have to take my word for it because I didn't bring it in here, I've had the Origin V2 RDA that I built to 1.4 ohm on here as well. If an RDA is working perfect on this as a dripper, boom, everything else it's going to be butter. It's going to be great. But yeah, so what they did is they basically, I have a 510 to Ego adapter here. They built that 510 Ego adapter into the deck atop the Vamo V5. So you put your beauty ring back on there, and it's sturdy, So now we'll take our attention from the top and we will transfer it down to the bottom. One nice thing about this is, of course, you undo the bottom. There's the battery. One nice thing about this device, you'll notice this battery is a dimple top. This was recommended by a very good friend of mine I have on social media and on my G+ as a good friend. She recommended these and gave me the hyperlink for them. They are the Efest 2000 version 2 18650 IMR 3.7 volts. Wonderful battery. I dedicated the set that I bought off the website from these guys. These are dedicated to Vamo because one nice thing is the Vamo can accept flat top 18650, flat top 18350, dimple top 18650, and dimple top 18350 batteries. This device will handle the 350 and the 650s without a problem. And how that's achieved, and as you see right here, got the 650 in there. What you would do is you would undo this bottom ring. Very industrial. Take that ring, put it off to the side, take your bottom cap, put that back on there. If you had a 350 battery in there, boom. You just made it smaller. You almost made it like a stealth vape in your hand, excluding the tank that would be protruding. Nobody would know that you'd be vaping. You turned it into almost a stealth vapor. But it accepts, again, the 18350 and the 18650. But I prefer the 650. I like a little bit of extra length in the hand. I like feeling the feeling like I have something. I'm very touchy-feely that way. If I don't feel like I got the weight and in my hand, I really don't want to touch it. So we'll put the 650 back in there, the battery of my preference. But just wanted to let you know, it can handle the 350 and the 650. Dimple top, flat top, it's designed to handle them all. But, and then you do of course, your 5 real quick to on, and it would be 5 real quick to off. This device here can fire off coils to a resistance down to 1.2 ohm, and it can fire everything up to 4.2 ohm. So like my cloned Protank 2 here, which is at 1.8, it can handle that every day of the week. When you get into building or rebuilding your Kanger heads, or Kanger coils as they're called, build them within 1.2 to say 2.2, and you will be on easy street. You'll be on the yellow brick road of vaping every day of the week if you can keep them within those parameters. If not, you can always go to the store, to the brick and mortar vape shop down the street, and you can purchase 1.5s, 1.8s, 2.2s. You know, again, it's eventually you'll learn to rebuild. Most vapors do, and you'll learn it saves you money. But that'll be a whole new video way down the line. Don't worry about that. But I will put this atop and let you see what it looks like. And again, every time I put something new or replace something atop here, I always, just for the sake of sakes, just push that ohms meter. And again, it's letting me know it's at 1.8, just to keep the computer on board, the firing chipset, the firing device, and the tank, and myself all on the same page of sheet music all the time while I'm vaping with this mod. And again, this is entry level. This is a mod that you would use if you're stepping away from something similar to an iTaste VV 2.0 with an 800 built-in mAh battery, USB recharging, little screen, goes up to 10 watts. This would be the next mod in succession that you would be stepping up to, because with this mod, you're stepping away from things like blue, the little cigalites, stuff of that nature. So you step away from those little fakey pretend cigarettes that might pacify you for a couple weeks to a month, to something like this. And I'll do a product review video for this down the road. But then you would step away from the iTaste, bump up to the Vamo. And then, just like a kid learns to crawl, walk, run, ride the bike, and ask the parents for the keys to the car, well, this would represent the crawl, the little blue system. This would represent the walk. This would represent the run. And devices like the Smallwell 65 would represent the bicycle that is launching you into the more advanced mods that would be in your future down the road if you so chose to keep on vaping. And then the bicycle, which starts to transform into the kid asking for the keys to the car, would transfer into things like the Stingray mech mod with the Vertex RDA atop, home-built coil, re-wick Japanese cotton system. This would represent the car. This is the advanced stuff. This is for people who have been doing it for a while, comfortable with it, know what they're doing, can almost build anything that their imagination sets forth. Again, I build, I wick, I monitor ohms, build them within the ohms, but again, it's just an evolution. Little cigalites like blue, iTaste, Vamo, Smallwell, Stingray. It's all the evolution. And if you so choose to keep on vaping, you're going to see all facets, and you might not have the devices I currently have in my little vaping lineup, but you'll have as-like devices that will be kind of milestone markers of your vaping evolution as well. But again, this device can handle everything from 1.2 ohms up to 4.2 ohms. Ego 510 beauty ring, holes bored into there, beautiful clear screen. Monitor the volts on the battery. Monitor with this button the ohm resistance that your coil is at. Fire button that also substitutes for an on and off. 18350, 18650, dimple top, flat top batteries can be accepted by this. And again, this has been an awesome workhorse. This is operated beautifully. I'm very pleased to have this in my vape lineup. I love this device. and I wouldn't separate myself from it. And again, there's a lot of information out there, but and also, before I start wrapping this up for you, the watts. You can start this at 3 watts, and it will fire up to 15 watts. This is a variable volts device where you control just the volt side of the mod, and it is a variable wattage device, meaning you can control only the watt side. And I prefer watts because with watts, the volts are automatically handled on some sort of magical wattage autopilot. The watts handle the volts. You omitted one option because sometimes handling in volts can be a little tricky, can be a little sketchy. But with watts, if you just handle with watts, it's perfect. Give you a good, nice, solid vape every day of the week. But I'm going to wrap this up for you. And what review video isn't all the way complete without the reviewer vaping off the device that's being reviewed? So here we go. Again, this isn't going to be an impressive. This is not meant for comps. You will not win cloud competitions with this. You will not create gigantic clouds with this. This is solely a personal vape device that will create personal clouds that will stay very close to your personal airspace. This is not a cloud competition mod. If you want one of those, you better instantly move up to something like the Stingray or the Vertex or something like the Small Will. Go to your brick and mortars, put down your $5 in the hat, say, hey, I'm in the contest, and go for it. But this isn't going to win you. But this just creates a nice personal cloud for your personal airspace, for your personal needs, and it really doesn't violate anybody out there who might be vape sensitive or psychologically sensitive about it. But here we go. That's about the level of cloud that you're going to get. But and it's wonderful. Right now I'm using the Mount Baker Vapor stuff, the Belgian cream in here at 24 nic. Creates a nice little personable cloud, handles my nicotine delivery, it supplies whatever I need as far as that's concerned. It's just a real nice device. But on that note, I will leave you. Thank you again for visiting me here in my home. Thank you for allowing me to come into your life long enough to describe this mod to the best of my ability. I very much appreciate that, and I hope wherever you're watching, whoever is watching, I hope you all are having a wonderful day or night, depending on whatever time you're watching. And again, thank you for allowing me to have the time in your life to describe this device to you. It means a lot to me, much appreciated. And on that note, you have a wonderful day. Keep on vaping and keep the faith. Thank you.